Most cold emails fail because they are generic, same template, different name. But what if AI could research every prospect's website and write a personalized first line for each one automatically? Let me show you how. Okay, let me show you a quick working demo of this workflow first so you know that this works. Then I will explain to you what is the purpose of the each node and how this whole workflow has been designed. For this demo, I have left one of the sections empty. I have run this workflow before on 30 leads. Now I'm going to execute it. Okay, now let's check out the personalization line which created. Notice Anchor's social signal program begins by identifying a client's organizational voice and content theme before any content curation. Not many agencies provide prioritizes that foundational step first. Wanted to run something by you. So this personalization is generated by scraping the leads website. So for each of the leads, this is going to be unique. So I will show you another example for this. For example, if you read this, really enjoy reading the Girls Talk blog, particularly your critical assessment of QB's market strategies and the lessons from the Fiji Water Girl stunt. Wanted to run something like. So when a lead opens their email and reads this personalized icebreaker, they'll instantly know that yeah, this guy did some research on me, and this is not some automation or some email template he sent me. He really went through my website or did some research on me. So that increases the conversion rate of the leads. So if your email outreach has like 5% or something of the reply rate, with this automation it can go as high as 10 to 15%. Now let me explain to you about each of the node and their purpose. So this workflow needs to be executed manual every time. Let me explain you why. Let's say your target is marketing agency. Now you are targeting marketing agencies from USA. So for that, your metrics are going to be different from the marketing agencies when you target UK. So these metrics will change each time for your leads, right? And when you use the a scraper to scrape a leads database, you are going to export those leads and you are going to save them in a Google Sheets, right? So whenever you have new leads and a new sheets to personalize from, you can just change it from here. Here you can just press it and you can choose the new sheets you created, and then if you execute it, the second node we have is this Google Sheets node. What this node does is it is going to extract all the leads from the Google Sheets. Like in my case, there are 30 leads, so it has extracted those 30 items. Then we have this if node. So when you run through a thousand leads, right? So this whole workflow is going to slow down, and there is going to be a huge load on the server. So this this whole workflow is going to be stopped when it is done personalizing like 500 leads or 700 leads like that. And when you run this workflow again, you don't want it to personalize the same leads again, right? So here we are going to filter it where it is going to see if this personalized section is empty, then it is going to be true. As you can see in the saw in the demo, I only left one row empty, right? So for that, only one item went to the true branch, the other 29 went to the false branch. Then this true route is connected to this loop over items. What that does is it is going to loop over all the leads. So it is going to send only one lead at a time. So it is going to send this one lead, and this one lead is going to go through all these nodes. When it is done with the personalization, then it is going to come to this node. Then it is going to send the second lead, and the second lead goes through the same process again. So the after that we have this scrape home. This is a HTTP node. What this node does is we are using the get method, and we are using the company website URL. So what this does is it is going to go to their website and it is going to get all the text from that website. And we kept the max redirections as 21 so that So it can crawl through that website and goes through all the links. And the limit is 21 times here, which we set. You can change it with whatever you want. And as you can see, it has outputted all this HTML, which it has extracted from that website. Then we have this HTML node, and we have selected the operation extract HTML content. So what we are going to extract here is from all this data, we are only going to extract the links so that we can. I will explain to you later why we are extracting all these links. Here we extraction values as links attributes as href, and CSS selector as a. So if you are from a technical background, you will be able to understand this. If you are not from a technical background, it is going to be confusing. You can just copy this. You don't need to go through all this. You can just copy it and implement it yourself. Then we have this if node. Here we are going to filter again. If the output of the HTML nodes links is empty, then it is going to be going to the false branch. Since it is not empty, it went through the true branch. So now let me explain to you why we are extracting those links. We are going to use all these links, and we are going to use the same HTTP request as this, and we are going to extract all the data from those links, and we are going to personalize the data, ba- personalize the email based on the data which we have extracted from those links. So since here it is true that we have this all these links, we are going to split them out. Here, as you can see, all these links have been split into 120 items. We are splitting them because we don't want those 120 links, right? We only want the links which have some value to us. And some of the extracted links can be broken on, they don't mean anything. So for that purpose, we are using this filter node where we are going to only let items which have like JSON.link starts with this slash, because every link has this slash at the start. Then we have this again. So what we are going to do is we are only going to let links which have the company name in it. Like as if you can see from the loop over items, we are taking the company website, and we are going to only let the links which have HTTPS or HTTP or www dot. Anything else is not going to go through. Anything else which does not have the company name also will not go through. As you can see, it has discarded all the links which does not have the company name or which does not hold as any value. It kept 101 links. Then we are going to take all those 101 links and we are going to normalize it. Each of the links can have different format, right? So we are going to take all those links and going to format all of them into a single format. Then we are going to take these 101 links, and these 101 links can have many duplicates, right? So we are just checking if we have any duplicates. As you can see, we had 101 items before, now we have only 15. So all the other links which did not go through are just the duplicates of these links. Then we have this set config. Here you just need to keep what niche you are targeting and what are the keywords. You will understand why we are keeping this in the next code node. I will explain there. So whenever you run it, you just need to whenever you execute it, here you just need to change the Google Sheet page from which you want to get the leads, and here you just need to change the target words and the niche which you are targeting. Now it will all make sense why we are using that. This is a priority score URLs. What this code node does is it is going to take all those links, and it is going to score them on -1, 0, 1, 2 based on the priority, and if these links have the content which we can use to personalize, right? And it is going to score them based on the target keywords which you set in the set node before this. Let me show you an example here. As you can see, it has coded as 2. And here, if you see, this is an inbound marketing agency. So if we scrape this link, we are going to get something about the inbound, how they handle inbound leads, right? So based on the data, we can personalize it. And personalizing the email based on the those data will have some higher value because the data from this will explain to you how they handle inbound leads or how they handle all those process. And if you see here, all of these are -1. And here it is just some ID which we don't even know what is inside. So we don't wanna scrape them and get some useless data, right? So it is only going to score them based on how important they have, like SEO, organic search. Like these are all the services a marketing agency has, right? So it is going to score all these leads, and now you will understand later why we are scoring this as well. Next, we set this limit node here. So to tell you why we are using that code node before, we had like 59 items, right? And this, if we don't structure it properly, and instead of these useful links, which we can see at the start, if we had these bad links at the start, then we are going to extract data from those links, and we are going to get some useless data which we can't even use for personalization. And even if we use, we are going to get some rubbish or something personalized line which don't hold any value. For that, we use this code node. So we have like high priority reels at the top. So when we use this limit node, we only get those 4 links which have high value. And then we are going to take these 4 links, and we are going to use this same HTTP request as before, and we are going to scrape all those links again. If you can see here, it has extracted all the data from each of those links. Then we are going to take all those data and we are going to convert it into Markdown so that the AI agent can read it like some English instead of some HTML syntaxes. Then we have this summarized website AI agent. What this AI agent does is it is going to take all this data, all this data from the markdown from each of the website, and it is going to summarize each of those, what is the content from each of those links. And now we are to why we are using this limit node here, because if we use all those 59 links and we are going to make this AI read this whole chunk of, as you can see, this whole chunk is from a single link. Imagine if we scrape all those 15 links and AI needs to read all of those chunks. The API cost is going to be high. So we are only letting 4 links through. And to only send those high quality links, we are using this priority scoring. So that only high quality links get through, and only those high quality links get scraped and summarized. Then all this summarized data, it is going to be aggregated as a single output. As you can see, here you see it is going to output this separately before the agent. Now because of this aggregator, all of this has been combined. Now this is the icebreaker agent. What this agent does is it is going to take all this aggregated data from each of those links, and based on the data, it is going to understand it, and it is going to create a very high quality icebreaker. As if you read here, noticed Anchor's social signals program begins by identifying a client's organizational voice and content theme before all those which I showed in the demo, right? So when someone from Anchor's marketing agency read this, they'll immediately go that, okay, so he did some research for me, because here it clearly shows that we understand how they operate. And when they immediately read that icebreaker, they'll immediately go, okay, he knows about us, he did some research about us. And they don't feel like it is some generic sales pitch, like they a templated sales email they got. So they are not going to disregard that, which increases the conversion rate or the reply rate of your email outreach. Then it is going to save that personalized line icebreaker, which is that generated and logs into this Google Sheets. So after the whole workflow is run, you can just take this sheets, export it as a CSV, export it as a CSV. Then you can use some email outreach uh, tools like instantly, and you can just upload the CSV there, and you can just start the campaign. And since you are using this personalized icebreaker, the reply rate is going to increase from 5% to as high as 15%. And if you are someone who does email outreach, you know how low the reply rate for emails like generic templated emails, right? It's like 2% to 5% max if you just send a generic template. To increase that, we need to personalize the email. So that's what this whole workflow does. Now you don't need to manually do a research on each of the companies. This workflow does that for you, and it is also going to generate the icebreaker for you. So that's the workflow, guys. And if you're a B2B agency that does email outreach and want an automation similar to this built for your agency, you can reach out to me. Currently, I'm providing one free automation build and free automation audit. You can submit the form in my portfolio, which I have linked in my description, and I'll reach out to you. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching.